Have you ever put your item into the anvil to repair just to see it say too expensive and wonder why it's like that? Why is it too expensive? Does this even work? Well, today I'll be explaining just that. 1. The maximum level cost in an anvil is level 39. So any calculations done and then the cost comes out to be over 39, well, it's just gonna display too expensive. But anything below 39, you're good. 2. Using one of the respective resources for the respective tool or armor or weapon will repair the item 25% of its maximum durability. You might notice that renaming an item only costs 1 level, and this cost is permanent. No matter how expensive the tool is, the maximum amount of enchants you can put onto an item is actually just 6. And finally, every time you repair an item with that respective ore or resource, it adds something I would like to call an anvil stack. An anvil stack, you may be wondering, what is an anvil stack? Well, an anvil stack is a term I made up, but it's basically the number of times you repaired the specific item. And finally, here's the rule. For the rule that determines why some things are too expensive to repair. You guys know what's 1 times 2? That's 2, right? What about 2 times 2? Well, that's 4. So essentially, the repair cost doubles after every time you repair the item. I guess you kind of understand the pattern there. So when you start out with no enchant on an item, the cost to repair once would be 1. And then plus 1 additional enchant depending on how many resources you use. But let's just stick with 1 resource to repair everything. When you start out with no enchant, it goes from 1 to 2 to 4 to 8 to 16 to 32. So that means you can repair it a total of 6 times after it becomes unrepairable. Because remember I mentioned the max amount of levels that you can use in an anvil is 39. With 1 enchant items, it starts from 2. Then goes to 4 to 8, 16 to 32. And then the pattern continues where 2, you start from 4, 3 enchants, you start from 8, 4 enchants, you start from 16, and then 5 enchants, you start from 32, and then 6 enchants, you start technically at level 64, but since 64 is already above 39, it's just too expensive, so you can just never repair that item. But you can still rename it to anything you like. There's no way to remove or decrease the stacks, but only if you combine them in a crafting table or your inventory crafting, which then removes the enchants, so it's kind of a waste, but that's about it. Now you guys know when things will go too expensive.